Thank you for listening to Minding Your Purpose podcast, a focus on caring for yourself and remaining inspired as you fulfill your life's purpose. Motivation in a few minutes that lasts a lifetime.
Welcome to the latest episode of Minding Your Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Laqwanda, roberts-buckley. Thank you for joining me, whether you're watching me on YouTube or one of my platforms or at laqwanda.com. I appreciate you joining me for this episode, and I wanted to just go ahead and dive in. I had made a post on Instagram about removing the fear regarding reinventing yourself. As a person who's been a content creator for going on 8 years now, I had to get over the fear of reinventing myself and what people thought about what people thought with regards to me putting different content out and an array of content out. And I had to get over those things. I realized if I was just going to grow as a person and to grow in terms of my goals. And what I mean by all of this is, if you follow me on YouTube, at Laqwanda, you remember that I used to be a natural hair vlogger. That's how all of this started out. I was just a natural hair vlogger, and I would do hair videos. And from there, I wanted to talk about my mental health experiences. And so I started to do that, and I launched another channel that focused on mental health. And then I went through a really bad breakup. And so I started a blog that focused on relationships. And then I wanted to talk about spirituality and sex. So I started a video series about that. So I had these 4 different identities going on. But in that time period, if I would not have moved forward in thinking outside of the box of being a natural hair vlogger, then I would not have done any of those things. Now, I had decided as I got more involved with other things, social-based things, right, that I didn't want to be a natural hair vlogger anymore. That was no longer a fit for me. So I did something I kind of still regret it. I deleted all the natural hair videos off my channel. But the thing about it that I don't regret is when I started focusing on developing the things that were important to me and redeveloping and defining who I was based upon the things that were important to me, I began to receive opportunities outside of the content that I created. I became a manager, then a director for one of the largest mental health nonprofits in the country by being me and creating the content and putting the information out there and becoming an advocate with regards to mental health. When I continued on my own personal journeys and developed and established and founded Healing Black Women, again, I began to receive opportunities to speak on national platforms and having opportunities to build a brand out in a way that I saw best fit me. And that meant a lot to me. The thing about all of this is that none of that would have taken place, right, if I would have been reserved and stuck in this space of I only have to do this one thing. And if I don't do this one thing, then I'm going to fail and no one is going to accept me. Now, in terms of the content that I create now, I'll be honest with you y'all. My subscribership on YouTube has gone down. My Instagram, I lose followers depending on what I decide to post or what I write. But this is the other thing. Outside of the social media realm, I get opportunities, nationally based opportunities based upon the work that I do. And those are things that I wasn't getting when I was solely focused on the social media aspect of things, or solely focused on, how can I put this, remaining in just this one box. When I learned to step outside that box, and when I learned to look at myself and create better reflections of myself in the work that I did, I found that I was diving head first into my passion. And my passion and my purpose began to link up. And I went from a natural hair vlogger to a recognized mental health and wellness advocate, or a wellness advocate, and now wellness consultant. And so you have to place yourself in positions where you are reviewing what you are doing. As I said in my last podcast, you're reviewing the things that you are doing, and you're asking yourself, are these true reflections of who I am? And if they're not true reflections of who you are, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? You know, hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of water. It makes no sense to put in that kind of time and effort into something and you don't want to do it. It makes no sense whatsoever. So ask yourself, you know, is it time to reinvent me? And it's not, and it's nothing wrong with it if you do that multiple times. Remember, I used to be Regal Fro, 1 Minute Vlogger, the Emotional Detox Life, and the Holy Wars. Now I am Laqwanda, a brand in and of itself, with Laqwanda.com, Healing Black Women, Minding Your Purpose podcast, and a live stream wellness show. As you grow as an individual, the things that you are passionate about and the things that you care about and that you love should grow along with you, and people should see that growth. People should see that growth. And the people who really, really matter to your purpose will find you. They will find you. And when you have those moments where you feel like what you're saying isn't resonating with audiences, or you're not going quote unquote viral, or what you're doing isn't being picked up by this or that, the universe has this funny way of always reminding you and knocking and saying, hey, I haven't forgotten about you. Here's this opportunity. And I have seen that happen in my life over and over and over and over again. And so you have to think about who I am as an individual, and does my work reflect who I am? Because when you are in your truest form of who you are, the world recognizes that and they see that. And when you run in that, and this isn't just jibber jabber, this is stuff that I've experienced my own self. I had never, and this is a perfect example, you guys, I had never in my life been mentioned in the New York Times. I got mentioned in the New York Times last year. And that was all because of the work that I was doing independently and reinventing myself and creating a name and a brand for myself and who I am. You have to do that. You owe that to yourself. You owe it to yourself. So one thing, so I'm going to leave you with at least 3 tips to get this all together. 1, stop. Write down the things that you're doing. And then 2, write down who you believe that you are as a person, as a worker, as an entrepreneur, whatever it is that, however you define yourself. And see if those 2 lists intersect. If they don't intersect, here's the third thing. Write down a path that you feel that can connect it to. And when I say a path, I mean, is it a blog? Is it a podcast? Is it volunteer work? Is it a degree? Is it a new job? Is it a new social media account? Is it rebranding? What is it that needs to happen that can connect the work that you truly love and that you do to the person of who you are? And if those things aren't connecting, then, and you're like, wait a minute, these lists are too far off, then I would suggest that you start doing things that are lining them up so that they are coming closer together. Because when they become closer together, y'all, people see your energy. People can read energy and they see your energy and they know when you're passionate about stuff. And so those are some things that I would work on, that I work on personally in order to move myself forward and get past that fear of reinventing yourself. It's 2021. I don't have time to think about what everybody is going to think about me. I don't. And I encourage you not to waste your time in that space either. So until next time, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Laqwanda and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, at Laqwanda. That's Laqwanda. I will holler at you guys again later. Bye.